Amen. Good evening. Today we'll be presenting our final project, a tourist attraction. We'll be describing Granada. And so this is the 5 segments that will be in this presentation. Place description, special events, traditional food, clothes, and weather. Place description and special events will be described by Lydia. Traditional food, I'll be describing it. Clothes and weather will be described by Juliana.
As you can see, I'm going to describe place and description of Granada. Granada is located along the coast of the Lake Nicaragua, the world's 20th largest lake. Granada is the capital city of the department of Granada, which borders Arbuaco and Managua to the north, Masaya and Carazo to the east, and Rivas to the south. Also, Granada is one of the most oldest city of the continent and the most developed tourist destination in Nicaragua. The city is famous for its classic colonial architecture and postcards cathedral. Also, Granada is known because in there the habitat is the Lake Nicaragua, and this lake is known for her freshwater sharks that has, and it's the one in the whole world. Also, about places in description, which I'm gonna start talking about special events. First, we have the celebration of La Virgen de la Asunción between August 5th to August 28th. Second, we have celebrating to La Virgen de Candelaria between January 21st to February 15th. And at last, we have celebrating to San Pedro Apostol between June 18th to July 17th. Also, Granada is one of the second department that celebrate the most in this country, in Nicaragua.
Okay, so I'll be talking about traditional food. Granada is one of the department with the most gastronomic diversity. Some of these typical foods are pinol de iguana, morraja asado, arroz con gaspar, chancho con yuca, guiso de tortuga, pebre, vigorón, and many more. Since Granada is also known for its delicious typical drinks, like el fresco de grama, pinol, semilla de jícaro, chicha de maíz, el chingue, pinolillo, and many more. Since we are talking about Granada gastronomy, I will explain how to prepare one of its dishes, the vigorón. For this dish, we'll be needing 1 pound of yuca or cassava, 2 garlic cloves, salt, half a cabbage, 1 tomato diced, an onion, half a cup of pineapple vinegar, 1 tablespoon of oil, 8 ounces of crunchy pork rinds, tablespoon of habanero chili, and optional banana leaves. And so to prepare this dish, we have to peel the yuca and cut it into pieces. Place in a pot with garlic and fill with enough water to cover the ingredients. Then we have to cook the ingredients with a lid half covering the pot like until the yuca is soft when tested with a knife. Add some salt and cook for 5 minutes. Remove from heat and let it cool down. Meanwhile, we prepare the salad by slicing the cabbage and then we put it in a bowl, combining it with diced tomatoes and onions. We season this with salt, vinegar, and oil, then we set aside. And finally, to serve, we place a banana leaf on plates and add a few pieces of yuca and chicharrón on top. Then cover with cabbage salad. This is optional, but you can add some habanero chile and then you can enjoy.
The traditional clothes of Granada. The typical clothes of Granada attached to the dance among these is the Atabal Devils of Nandaime, the Mestizaje, Toro Venado, among others. All these expressions are present in the patron saint festivities in honor of San Jeronimo, and the Swiss vary between colors, styles, and textures, but the most common is, in the case of men, knee-length wool pants, which are adorned with silver buttons. Likewise, a wool sash is worn at the waist, a sheet long sleeve with breast and black velvet and satin vest adorned. with flowers and buttons. Women's clothing highlights the wool skirt with hand-embroidered flowers, the black satin apron adorned with rhinestones and sequins, and the blouse with lace on sleeves. The climate of Granada. Granada has a mixed climate of Mediterranean and continental type with Atlantic confluence. This type of climate translates into a hot and very dry summer temperature, springs and autumns with the little rain, and cold winters with never too abundant rains.
In conclusion, Granada is a beautiful place with great gastronomic variety, beautiful pieces of typical clothing, and beautiful places such as the islet, the colonial houses, the cathedral, etc. Without a doubt, it is one of the most famous tourist attractions in Nicaragua among foreigners. Thank you very much. This is it for our presentation.